What's going on, folks, and welcome in to Talk Birdie To Me, an episode here for the Hero World Challenge. I'm Connor Roundtree, and I'm excited to be back. Unfortunately, I've got some bad news. If you haven't already heard, Tiger Woods, he withdrew. He's not playing in the event, as did Hideki Matsuyama. So, Woods, Matsuyama out, Kevin Kisner, Sepp Straka in. That's your field. 20 of the best golfers in the world going toe-to-toe, a $3.5 million purse, with the winner taking home $1 million American cash money. Now, since 2015, since this tournament has moved to Albany, there's only been one player outside the odds of 12-1 to win this thing, and that was Henrik Stenson back in 2019. He won this at an odd clip of 30-1. Yeah, everyone else that's won this tournament from 2015 to now has been 12-1 or worse. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you that this is an elite field where the best golfers come to play for bragging rights and for that $1 million check for the holiday shopping. Now, looking at the course, 7,400 yard track, par 72. They added extra distance onto it again this year, and the length of this course will force players to nail putts on this Bermuda grass. So what are we looking for? We're looking for guys that can knock it close on approach and nail those putts. Also, power off the tee, not a bad thing. A little driving distance is needed. The par 4 14th measures, I think, 307 yards. Victor Hovland, he won here last year. He eagled that hole, I believe, 4 times. Let me just double check that. Victor Hovland, he eagled 3 times. If you can power it off the tee, get onto those greens and knock down those putts, look out. All right, folks, let's jump into the field now. We're going to start it off by breaking down the favorite. It's Jon Rahm. Now, he's 5-1. I know that doesn't sound like the best payday, and he still has to win the thing to even earn that 5-1. However, we told you before, there's only been one player to win this tournament outside the odds of 12-1. There's only 20 golfers in this field, and this is Rahmbo's revenge tour. Last season, forget about it. The big Spaniard wasn't himself. Right now, this guy is hotter than a piping hot plate of papaya. That's what I'm talking about. 4 consecutive top 4 finishes with 2 wins in his last 3 starts. Are you kidding me? The big Spaniard, he's got the power to execute. He's going to make the par 5s easy playable. He's going to be able to get onto that par 4 or that par 4 14th. Jon Rahm, look out for him. If that putter gets going, Rahmbo is he's a dangerous man. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, in his only 2 trips to Albany, he has a win here and a runner-up finish. Jon Rahm. Also, a top 5 finish for him is even money. Jon Rahm. All right, the next guy I want to look at is Scottie Scheffler. 7.5-1, fading him. Don't play Scottie Scheffler. Now, it was like Jon Rahm 5-1. Ha ha ha. Why? Yeah. No, don't play Scottie Scheffler. I don't trust his putter. You're playing against literally the best golfers in the world for 72 holes. Scottie's putter is just not up to snuff right now. And look, if it burns me, I miss out on Scottie at 7.5-1. I'm not too worried about it. But I'm not playing Scottie Scheffler on DFS. I'm not playing him on any format because there's some guys at the top of the field like Jon Rahm, like the next guy I'm about to talk about. And then there's some other guys kind of in those late teens and early 20s that I like as well. So we're moving on from Scottie Scheffler. There's just better spots to lay your coin. Now, coming in at 9-1, we just alluded to him, Tony Finau, probably one of the hottest golfers on the planet right now. Top 10, Tony is dead. He died in 2022. God rest his soul. This guy has risen from the ashes like a phoenix. This is Tony the Tiger.
Frosted Flakes. It brings out the tiger in you.
You better be good.
Frosted Flakes. Good. They're great.
In all seriousness, though, 4 wins in his last 32 global starts with 3 wins in his last 7 starts. He's won 3 out of his last 7 starts. He's a proven winner now. He can convert on victories, and he's going to be able to cut this track down. He's got the power, and right now with that flat stick, it's Tony time. He's never finished outside the top 10 here in Albany. At 9-1, it's not the worst look. Just a sprinkle. Next guy that we're going to look at is Matt Fitzpatrick, because I don't get why this number for a top 10 spot is only -165. This is one of our best bets, and man, this is just a guy that's worth this number. He's fresh off a T5 at the DP Tour Championship, and when he gets dialed in, especially on Bermuda greens, he can run away with this. Like, if his flat stick gets going, he can actually run away with this, or at least compete with the likes of Tony Finau and Jon Rahm. At 14-1, Matt Fitzpatrick is a great look. At -165 for a top 10 spot, maybe a couple units on that. Win yourself a unit. I like Matt Fitzpatrick to be right in the mix. Now, another guy that I think could win this thing with the odds that I like at 16-1 is Victor Hovland. He won this thing last year. He eagled the par 4 14th 3 times. 307-yard hole, drove the green putt, knocked it in. I know everyone talks about his short game and how terrible it is. It's a longer track. If he uses his driving, cut down the distance, and then just gets the approach onto the green and uses his putting skills, you don't have to worry about chipping. So, obviously there's the risk. That's why he's 16-1. But if I'm looking at his current form, 4 consecutive top 25s with a pair of top 10s on that current run, plus the win at Albany last year, in his debut, mind you, at this track. He's in decent form. Maybe not the form of Jon Rahm and the Tony Finau, but he's in decent form. And he's got the proven track history to win this thing. All right, folks, getting into our sleeper pick now. It's not a conventional sleeper pick. It's only 21-1. However, we talked about this. Half the field is below 10-1. So what do you want us to do? And I'm not laying 80-1 on Sepp Straka because Sepp Straka is going to get blown out of the water. If I'm going to take a guy with like a little bit of an outside shot, I want to get at least a little bit of return on my dollar. And there's a guy named Tommy Fleetwood that's playing some really good golf right now at 21-1 with only 20 players in the field. He, in his previous trip to Albany, he's only been here once. He finished T3. He is on a heater right now. He's coming off a T4 at Congaree. He won the Nedbank and he placed T5 at the DP World Tour Championship. He's playing phenomenal golf. He has the track history and he's got a number that tickles my fancy. Tommy Fleetwood, unconventional sleeper pick for an unconventional tournament, 21-1. Here's your best bet, brought to you by the Bogey Club. Check him out today. All right, folks, for this best bet, we're going right back to the well. Tommy Fleetwood, top 10 finish, dash 115, only on PointsBet. Wow, that number is like dash 200 on other sports books. Dash 115, almost even money for Tommy Ladd to finish in the top 10. His current form is incredible. You got to get on this number. I really do think Tommy Fleetwood will be in contention with the likes of Tony Finau, with the likes of Jon Rahm, Victor Hovland, Matt Fitzpatrick, as we talked about. And then again, I'm fading Scotty Scheffler. That's the fade of the week. All right, folks, a few things coming out on the platform. Make sure you tune in Friday. We will be announcing the CFL Grey Cup Bracket Challenge champion. Someone is going home with $500 on our show on Friday. And it will also commence our World Cup Bracket Challenge at the commencement of the round robin at the group stage on Friday. We'll load up all the teams that are moving into the knockout stage. You guys can log on to sportstree.ca, submit your bracket challenge for a chance to win $500 for the FIFA World Cup Bracket Challenge. That is all on Friday after our episode of Trees 3. Now, I'm Connor Roundtree. This was your episode of Talk Birdie to Me. We will talk birdie to you next time, and we'll see you for Third and Long tomorrow.